Hello and welcome to episode 104 of Regular Features, live from the Camden Fringe, Camden Head, information. I'm John Blythe. We didn't introduce ourselves yesterday, by the way. I'm John Blythe. On my left is...
Gav Murphy.
And I'm Steve Hogarty.
Who knows what Regular Feature is? Like, who listens to Regular Features?
Anyone who's just here on the off chance, who just never
yesterday,
heard.
2 people stormed out.
It wasn't storm. They were sort of slinked out, to be honest. They sort of, they just weren't happy with what was going on, and they just left.
It was during a scene in which I was describing how me and Steve would eventually, or did actually, have sex live yesterday. The woman later said she wasn't angry, she was just disappointed because she thought I looked like Hugh Jackman. Thank you very much.
She was totally smashed.
She was off her face. We got a little picture with her outside. Like, you know when like your partner is really, really drunk and the other partner is not quite as drunk as you? That's what was going on with her husband. Because me and Steve were trying to get a photo with her. And she was like, yeah, fucking do it. and the guy was like, no, you're not having a photo. They're taking the piss.
They're making fun of you. It's time to go.
But yeah, no, we've never had anyone walk out.
Yeah.
Don't look to the door.
I see the door's been shut now, so there you go.
Can you lock that, actually? Because I think that's where we went wrong yesterday.
It's fire regulations. Fuck fire regulations. No one's getting out of here alive.
There's one key difference between today's show and yesterday's show, and that there's someone very special missing.
Yeah.
Can anyone guess? It's Matt Lees. He couldn't make it along today.
Yeah, he's not dedicated to you like we are.
I took it upon
myself. Doesn't deserve 2 Patreons. Sorry. Carry on.
As you know, I have a degree in advanced robotics. So I built a robotic version of Matt Lees. Let me introduce him to you all now. I really hope this works.
This feels like a Fringe show now, like bollocks going on stage.
It feels like an episode of Fringe.
Matbot boot up sequence initiated. Loading modules.
That's gonna fall off.
Loading memory. Loading jokes. Loading hair. Loading complete.
You look so stressed holding that.
For the benefit of the readers at home, Steve is transporting a very top-heavy laptop bucket combo strapped that is loading Matt's face on slowly.
What's happening?
Okay, right. This is robotic Matt Lees.
Matt Lees, sorry, if the people who don't listen to the podcast, he's the other person who's usually on the podcast, but he's not yet.
Can you all see him? Is he all... Right, hang on. Let me just get him down to the microphone, because he does talk.
Do we need to get the microphone up to his speaker channel
face
tubes?
You can call it. You can say face. Don't be rude to him.
I don't want him thinking he's human.
We're really progressive.
Right. As you can see, just like the real Matt Lees, he carries with him some Airwick. In case things
a
start
working
to
can of Airwick, man.
And also some Carex hand soap, which... There you go. Well, you know, that's come off. He sometimes throws his soap on the floor, like. And he's also got some Jaffa cakes here.
Matt is a fan of the whimsical biscuit. Thank you very much.
But yes, I just thought I'd introduce Matt, and he is fully programmed with AI. So
sweet.
Let's just hope this fucking works. Okay, right. Here we go.
He was programmed with AI.
Say hello, Mattbot.
Hello, Matbot.
Yay! Let me see if I can get Mattbot to speak a bit louder than that.
Put the mic... Where's the speaker on Mattbot?
Oh, God, I can't reach with one hand.
Do you want me to come over there and press one of the buttons?
Look, this one here, press that.
I don't...
Just reach it, press it.
Is he topless in that?
That is because you programmed me.
Oh, shut up, Mattbot. No, you're going too quickly.
You programmed me to be topless, Matt. Steve.
Right. Right, say hello, Matt. Oh, shit, this is awful. All right, here we go. Shh, it's good. It's good. Say hello, Mattbot. Mattbot, say hello.
Matbot boot up sequence initiated.
Okay. He's just rebooting now.
Hello, Matbot.
There you go. That's really funny, Mattbot. You sound like a real funny guy.
That is because you programmed me, Steve.
Oh. That's awfully flattering, Mattbot, but that's not why I brought you out here today.
Oh, have you booted me up for more mind-blowing human-on-robot sex?
No, Macbot, no, we don't talk about our human-on-robot sex sessions that I definitely didn't program you to do.
But then why did you program me to give you kisses? Mwah, 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 mwah.
It's gone into kissing mode.
Macbot boot-up sequence initiated. Loading modules. Loading
Forgot what else I
memory.
programmed him to say.
Loading chaps. Loading hair. Loading
You brought it on
complete.
yourself.
You've got to admire the ambition, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Where does Macbot speak out of? Is he down here?
You fucking programmed him, mate.
I can hear what he's saying. All right, here we go. Right, Macbot, are you there?
Yes, Stephen.
Where is that coming from? How's this going so far? Is this good?
Have I got time to go and get a drink?
Right. Macbot,
Much better, thank you. Although I could do with a bite to eat.
he said there. I'm going to have to repeat what he
A
said.
bite to eat.
Bites to eat.
And he pronounced it with a Y.
Like a computer bite, I expect.
Yes, Stephen.
Yes. And tell me, Macbot, did you have a hard time getting to the Camden Head here today?
Very much so. You could say that it was a hard drive.
No. Fucking seamless. This is all coming together now.
I did have my doubts, but after that, I am on board.
Yes, Stephen.
Okay. Right. You did say you were hungry for a bite earlier. So can I get you something to eat, Macbot? Like what would you say your favourite food is?
I would like chips.
Chips.
Microchips.
Like,
Look at me for reaction.
like computer chips.
That's fucking brilliant.
Right. He's got one more mode. Let me see if I can activate it. Oh no. It's fuck mode. He's entering fuck mode and he's going straight for log.
Fucking
Calm down, Macbot.
I can only take my most defensive posture.
Right. That took 45 minutes to fucking build. And that's all the comedy I can get out of it.
Oh my! Well, at least we've got it for like photo opportunities afterwards.
Never disassembling it. He's staying like this. Permanently in fuck mode.
It'll probably disassemble itself, I think. It looks like it's doing it right now.
Right.
That was good.
Thank you. Good round of applause for Macbot.
So that was Mattbot's feature. What's your feature, Steve?
Oh shit, I didn't have one.
Again, for people who don't know what it is, the idea is we never repeat the same feature, which is why after 104 episodes, things start to get a little bit tenuously put together.
I think some
Not that.
features are going to be easier not to repeat than others, and I think that's one of them. It was a difficult to do.
Yes.
I'm not saying it was shit. I'm just saying it was hard to do.
That was easily the most stressful feature I've ever done. Having to balance, because it's all came from the 99p store, apart from the laptop, which cost £500. And it's balanced on a 99p store bucket. Their masking tape doesn't seem of very good quality either.
It's
All right. Let's hold it.
It's good. Well,
Do you want to lay him down? Because the heat of these spectacular lamps might just undo the glue.
yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's just have a little bit of
time
thought
for
for
bed
safety
now.
instead of entertaining the crowd.
How do you put him to bed?
You just put him down and...
He's lying down in full fuck mode there. That's just
5
waiting.
minutes. He'll be away in 5 minutes.
Wow. Do we have a jingle?
Yes. No. Who has a jingle? Who wants us to do a jingle?
They don't.
Gandalf.
We did Gandalf at episode 96.
He said it.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll do it. What was it?
Hi.
Hi, I'm Gandalf, and I put a spell on you because you're mine. The Mines of Moria, that is. Regular features. We'll put the music on in post, yeah?
Imagine this really good music on that. I'll do a feature then. Shall I?
Yeah, go for it.
Awesome. Who here went to the Back to the Future Secret Cinema? What do you think? That's the end. Well, we've talked about this before, but I'm sure like everybody is aware of what happened, all the bollocks surrounding it. So like they cancelled a few dates and people lost their fucking shit about it. My favorite, like one of my favorite comments from Ruth Bowker, which was, "You have done it again. You totally fucked up Brazil for me, and now you have pissed off thousands more." I love that. You fucked up Brazil.
Oh, the film. Okay. I can never go back there.
But like people really, really lost their shit about it. And like I feel sort of bad because I really like Secret Cinema, but you know, it gets harder and harder to sort of defend it when they cock up and do stuff like that. There's quite a lot of negativity from people on Facebook and stuff like that. So I noticed this. But then those people who like say they're shit can actually fuck off. So to defend it, what I started doing was replying to loads of the comments on Facebook. And like,
as yourself, or were you pretending to be from Secret Cinema, or?
I did a bunch of things. I was doing it, like, that's the thing. I did it for about a week, right? On like my various, because I do this quite a lot, so I've learned to have different Facebook accounts and things like that. Because the first couple of times I did it for my own email addresses, and I was just like, after a while, I was like, it's got my phone number on it, like in my signature. That's not good. Don't do that. So I started by the things. I was replying to loads of comments, and some people were like, really like, "Oh, we came all the way from Tennessee for this." And stuff like that. And I was like, okay, so I was replying to some of them. Nobody was biting. And I was doing it for about a week, and I was like, I'm going to have to... Like, I was going on, like, Facebook. I go on the Facebook group, I was going on that. Then I started, like, well, I'm going to have to branch this out and go to, like... I was going on, like, the Daily Express. Like, the story about them cancelling Secret Cinema. I was going on that. I'm replying to some people on that. Nobody was biting, and I was literally...
Not even on the Daily Express. They're just all constantly biting on that side.
Well, that's what I thought, but nobody was getting involved, and I was like trying to engage with people about it, going, "Yeah, it's bullshit, isn't it?" Like, so then I started trying to be on their side, and I was literally about to give up, and then one guy started replying to me. So he first wrote, "This is a huge money-making scheme to a captive audience. Avoid." No, to me, that's not the biggest problem with Secret Cinema.
They just want to provide services and goods for money.
They spotted that people really like Back to the Future, but they're not going to take the money anyway. So I thought, that's not the biggest problem. So I sent Jay McGraw this.
Shane McGraw is his name.
Oh, yeah, Jay McGraw.
Jane.
I should have changed that. Sup, Jay? Saw your beef comments about Secret Cinema. I'm with you, son. What a bunch of fucking chances. I do feel bad about this. I heard they're selling burger and chips there for 20 quid. Don't even come with red sauce, neither. You gotta buy your own, and it costs £1.79. Fucking joke, eh? Jay writes back, "Are you kidding me? £1.79 for ketchup." This gets worse the more I hear about it. And I thought, that's funny, because he's going to hear loads about it. And right, J Cakes, my mate went, right, took his own Stella in, and they confiscated it and drank it in front of him, because they said Stella wasn't invented in 1955. That's where it was all set, into 1955. He probably should have taken in some Cronenberg 1664, am I right? I was really proud of that. But he replies, "They're preying on people's love of the film to make money. I can't believe people fall for it." And okay, that's fair enough, but I'm a bit gay. He made absolutely no reference to my Cronenberg thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, as he was typing it, I was just like, yes, that's good. That's really good. So I went back.
Did you want? Like, by the way, that was a good Cronenberg joke, Gav.
I agree.
We're going to get on just dandy.
Yeah. It's not even that good. So I said, thing is, 1664 is before 1955. So if he'd taken that, I wonder what they would have said, rumbled. Also, I'm asthmatic, and that all kicked off in the 70s, didn't it? So would I be able to take my inhaler in with me? I just don't know. And he stopped replying for a while. I thought I had him on the hook. But so I thought, oh no, he's one of the only people who's actually replied to me. So I thought, no, he's there. I've got him. So then I sent...
Did you send 2 messages on the trot, like a needy sort of...
I 100% did that.
Yeah, marvellous.
But the way that I started was, I know, right? As if he'd replied to me. Thing is, Back to the Future ain't even that good. It is. It's fucking awesome. I love Back to the Future. Now, if it was for the Football Factory, I could understand that. That's a fucking well good film. Imagine a secret cinema about Football Factory where everyone is like watching a football match, but the football match is the film.
Yeah.
He replied that. Like really quickly after as well.
Yeah, yes!
He goes, now that I'd pay money for, smiley face. I was like, yes. Jay's in.
So he's back on the hook.
Yeah. It sounds like he's letting you down gently, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good, that. It's good. Yeah. Why don't you email that to them? They'll be well pleased.
So he said, now that I'd pay money for, little smiley face. I replied, like, about 40 seconds after. I was well fucking needy with this one. Oh, here we go, Jay. Let's organise it, shall we? Me, you, football. It's all going to go off. This is where the secret cinema thing goes away. Who is it they support in the film? It's West Ham, yeah? He replies, it's Chelsea. No, that doesn't sound right, Jay. They sing that bubble song all the way through, don't they? I'm forever blowing bubbles. Love a bit of that, me. They're all Chelsea in the film. That's their firm. A firm is a football thing.
Yeah.
Does everyone know what that means?
Yep. It's a gang. Like the firm is the title.
It's a gang.
They give themselves the title of the firm.
Okay.
The who.
Is that why that Gary Oldman film is called The Firm?
Yep.
Is that the book by Jay Carnett as well, called The Firm? Is that the same kind of firm?
So I said, well, I firmly believe it's West Ham. Again, I was like, let's agree to disagree, but it is definitely West Ham. Now, what do you reckon? Now, what do you reckon on us getting this event thing off the ground, huh? No reply for about a day.
Well, he's probably just looking into it.
Yeah. He's rewatching it over and over again.
Not
It
rushing
looks
into
like
it
it
like
is
you.
Chelsea, but it must be West Ham. I'm just not seeing it.
So I replied to him, Jay, really sorry, dude. Just been watching our favourite film, The Football Factories. Turns out it was Chelsea in The Football Factory, but it was West Ham in that Green Street film, which is also about football hooliganism. So in a way, we're both right. You can see why I confused them, though. Similar storylines and that. Think some of the cast are in both, too. Bloody typecasting, innit? His reply, oh, here we go. Is it people leaving or coming in?
Coming in.
Yeah.
Hello!
Hey.
I said lock that door. So the next bit was really, really weird because he didn't reply, but what he did do, so I've said I'm wrong. Like, I've held my hands up and gone, dude, you were right, I was wrong. He sent me a screenshot of the Football Factory Wikipedia page, and he'd highlighted the Chelsea bit.
Oh, wow. He deserves everything he gets from this point onwards.
I'm glad you think that. So
That's a bit of effort to go to.
because especially he hadn't replied for ages, and I said, dude, you were right, I was wrong.
I've subscribed to Creative Cloud and learned how to use Photoshop to highlight the bits in this Wikipedia passage. Sorry if it took me a long time to reply to you, Gav.
Thing is, no, what he actually done, he hadn't like gone into a program and like did a circle or anything around it. He literally like highlighted it with his mouse and then took a screenshot of it being highlighted. I know.
It's a very efficient way of highlighting something.
So it said, Tommy Johnson, Dyer, is a member of a violent Chelsea hooligan firm, and Chelsea was highlighted. His friends and fellow hooligans include Tommy's best friend and a bunch of other shit about the Football Factory. So I was really upset by this because I thought I'd said that I was wrong. All right, Jay, mate, don't rub it in. I was wrong, you were right. No need to be a soggy tampon about it. I was in, like, the Football Factory character. I don't use those words. No reply. So I sent him a screenshot
of a soggy tampon.
But I thought maybe that would rile him up a bit. It didn't. So I sent him a screenshot of the Football Factory's Wikipedia page, but this time I changed it. So the about bit that he sent me said this. The Football Factory is a film about two best friends, Gav and Jay. And they love football. Football. They loved it. Playing it, going to watch it at their local school, collecting the stickers, you name it. And as long as it was about football, they loved it. They loved it so much, they built a factory that made footballs. And they made like £1 million, which they spent on lager and birds and more footballs. Because remember, I said just now that they love football. Less than 2 minutes later, what is this, mate? Hey, Jay, how you been, me old mucker? Just been watching the Mighty Hammers down at the Football Emporium. They're great, aren't they? And he's replying in a quick thing now, because he's probably sick of it. I support Spurs. Can you stop sending me messages now? It's a bit weird. I also support Spurs. I hate the Hammers. Blur. Don't get me started on the Hammers. The old West Hammers. Worst Hammers, they should call them. This is my best comedy. Anyway, I've had loads of ideas about our football in events thing, but I thought to really see how these things go, I'd better go to the secret cinema to see how they do theirs, so we know how to make ours really, really loads better than this. Don't worry though, I won't enjoy it. I'll report back. And I was actually going to secret cinema, and it was awesome. He sent me, this is the most words he sent me. Don't report anything to me. I don't want to hear it. I've got a full-time job. I don't want to start an events business with a stranger. Yeah, I like that. Because that's what I'm trying to do. Oh my God, Jay, I'm here. And I was actually there at this point. Just seen a girl riding an old bike, like really old, from the 50s or something. Fucking shocker. And you're not meant
the Back to the Future thing.
Yeah, you're not meant to take your phones into the Back to the Future thing. They were like, I don't know, not because it was 1955. I think they didn't want people taking photos and stuff everywhere. Which was another thing that people were kicking off about on the Facebook page. And another thing that I was like trying to goad people into replying me for, and they never did. So I was like sneaking off to the toilet every time I wanted to do this because I didn't want to be like a dick. So all these happen in a toilet.
I hope you told him that as well. Sup, Jay? I'm having a shit and thinking of you.
I'm having a shit in the 1950s, and I'm thinking of you.
When I leave it, I'm going to come back here in our own time and see if my shit's still here.
Like an ocarina of time.
Yeah.
Going back to see if a tree has grown out of it.
Optimistic. I respect that.
So I got no reply from that. Sent him a name. Jay, mate, just bought a can of Bud. Guess how much? £19.55. Everything costs £19.55 here because it's 1955. The hipsters are loving it. They're so wrapped up in the fact that everything costs £19.55 that they haven't realised that that is a really expensive amount for a can of Budweiser. I'm freaking out. Really thirsty, though. No reply. Jay, I just tried to do a shit, but this security guard, right, he stopped me and said my arse didn't exist in 1955. So I'm not allowed to have a shit. Unfucking believable. No reply. Jay, I just went into a diner and a fight broke out. Plates started flying all over the shop. I was about to bring arms. That's a football thing. I was about to bring arms, but turns out it's all part of the show. No, I'm done. No reply.
Can you tell if he's been reading them? Do you get a little read?
Yeah, you get a little thing. Yeah. He read them. And like, this is the thing, like, because I can see that he's still there, isn't he? Like, because otherwise you just ignore it or like block me or something like that. But he hadn't done that. So either he didn't know how to do that or he really wanted me to reply to him.
That is delivered the scene and currently staring at message, wondering what to say. That's the third.
Currently phoning police. Jay, I just walked past this girl, right? Hair all dolled up and that, and she asked me to go to prom with her. She was alright looking, so I said, yeah, in for a penny, in for a pound, innit? I thought, well, it's in the name of research for me and Jay's awesome football events factory thing, so why not? He replied. Stop sending me messages about this bullshit.
Oh, that was a bit brief.
I know. No screenshots or nothing. Jay, I'm still at the prom. Here's a photo of me drinking the Budweiser. You'll notice I'm smiling because the beer was free. Got it off that girl I was telling you about. She says hello.
I told her all about our friendship.
But I did send him a photo of me drinking a Budweiser in a fucking toilet. So he knows what I like now. No reply. Jay, I just saw Marty McFly. He replied, I don't fucking care. This is coming to the end now. Jay, this place is magical. I take it all back. I love this event. It is the best event that I've ever been to whilst undercover gathering research. You love it here, Jay. I just know you would. This is, so if you feel that I did this and I shouldn't have done this,
Never.
This next reply is awful. You're a weird gimp. I bet you don't have any friends.
That's what you said about you?
Yeah.
Send him a photo of this room now.
Unlucky Jay. Because I've got loads and they've paid to come here.
I love when they say something rude that retroactively makes it okay that you're bullying them.
It's not bullying though. Like, I don't think I've been mean at any point.
You're abusing some sort of relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, he
First time I thought about that.
He's asked you not to message him, and you are continuing to message him. So,
Yeah, but
it's a kind of social violence.
if you tell me not to do something, I'm going to do it. But he doesn't know that, does he?
Yeah, that's no way to live your life, Gav.
So I sent Jay. This is my last message to Jay. Jay, I think it's time we face facts, mate. We'll never be able to do anything on this kind of scale. I don't like to do it, but I think we better knock this events thing on the head. The people at Secret Cinema are way too professional, and I can't do all the heavy lifting while you prattle away on Wikipedia making up lies about films all day. Kiss, kiss. He sent, fuck off. And that was Jay in Secret Cinema.
It's good. Hooray for Jay.
Awesome.
It took so long to get that off the ground. Then when it did, like, what's happening?
Sorry. Continue.
Matt Bott's coming back.
What's he gonna say?
Oh, he's not. I was just going to see if you guys want a Jaffa cake.
This is going to be seamless. There's going to be no pauses.
We'll edit it, right? Well, we don't usually edit our live podcast, but we will edit this one.
We're going to have to put the sound of Matt Bott talking. We're going to have to put that on after, because
Logistics.
there's no way that made it to the recording.
What are you doing?
Trying to wake him up.
Is this gonna work?
No.
I do want that drink.
Who said
I
he's all
really
fucked
fucking want
out?
that drink.
Right. Just leave Matt Bott alone now.
Well, we're running quite early, so I do have time to run downstairs and get a drink, don't I?
I don't think so.
I fucking do, mate.
What are we gonna do? No, you can't do that. What are we gonna do while you go down to get a drink?
Oh, nothing. Let's do my feature then, shall I?
Yeah.
I'll do my feature. Then I'll have a drink. All right.
You can have a sip of mine.
Oh, hello. Thank you, Gav. Oh.
We're so professional. That's loads. That's too much.
And now it's time for my feature.
You haven't done a jingle yet.
You do a jingle. I've had beer now and I'm fucking angry.
That's a new jingle.
I'll do.
My feature is called Tales of the Smear, and it's a revival of a website I did about 10 years ago where I had MSN chats. Remember MSN with people who'd shit themselves. And it, I was taking the persona of a prim, proper kind of Mary Poppins character called Elaine Clench, and I would be very sort of proper in my language until the hint of shit was mentioned, when I'd get hysterically overexcited and say, "Tell me more."
Do people know you were doing this?
Yes, people got in touch knowing. The people knew that it was me doing it, but
Right.
I would, during the conversation, I would be Elaine Clench, and I'd say, "I'll see you on the other side of your story. I'm going to disappear now. Elaine's taking over." That's not exactly how it worked, but it's how I like to romanticize it in my own head.
beautiful.
And tonight, I'm going to relive that. And basically, I want to give you a bit of a sense of scale of what I consider to be a good shit story. And I'm going to illustrate that with 3 events from my own life. And I think I've told all of these in the podcast, but I'm only telling them for illustrative purposes at this stage.
So it doesn't count as repeating. It's good.
Yeah. A tier 1 shit, like a bronze medal if you're on the PlayStation Network. I was hunched over a poof, not a poof, as a child, a 10-year-old child, and I used to get a lot of pleasure from holding in poos. And the pleasure was most intense when I was hunched over a poof. And So much so that I moved a poof into my bedroom.
Christmas list. What is log one? He's asking for a poof again.
What does he do with them all? Where do they go?
Why do they get worn out and covered in shit?
Every morning we find a poof in our bin.
Darling, why does your credit card bill list 7 poofs?
Every week. So yeah, and I was doing it, and a distraction, a moment. I don't remember the fact. I was less than 10 years old. I just snipped a tiny little marble, and it went into my trousers. I stood up. I was wearing shorts. I stood up, and it rolled under the bed. I never mentioned it, and as far as I know, that the house was sold with that poo still there. What? I can't believe I haven't told that story before.
It's beautiful. I'd love to meet 10-year-old Log.
Yeah, he was a dude.
In my head is just your face on a 10-year-old's body, which is fucking hot. Like beard and everything.
I mean, I know that. To be fair, that isn't all right story. It's a tier 1 story. It's got the good point is that it gave me the phrase "hunched over a poof," which I've used in my writing several times since. But bad, there's no humiliation. It was essentially a private shit yourself, and there's more that can go on. So, on to tier 2. I shit myself on the way back to the office. I've told this story very recently, and this is more recent than I'd like to say.
As a 40-year-old man.
Yeah. But I was coming back from a Blizzard event just seeing Diablo 3, so that times it.
It was so good,
The
you
Xbox
literally
360
shit
version,
yourself.
which is like even more recent. It was, and on the way back, just urgently, it was a wet fart that just slid out, and
I like you say, look, it was a wet fart, like, let's not fucking dwell on it.
and I had a sort of a mile walk back to the office, but so I hired a Boris bike, and because it was downhill, I just kind of trundled slowly with moving as little as possible on the way back to the office. And I made it there, and I got back, and amazingly, the fatness of my buttocks contained the shit. It hadn't reached pant.
There's the people leaving.
Yeah,
That's fucking disgusting.
You must have been so pleased when you got to the toilet.
oh yeah, 'cause
Really?
I had an afternoon of work to do. And the reason I like that story is because if you chroma keyed the Boris bike out, then you'd just see a fat man gliding down the road with shitty knickers. But it's not a good story because I didn't shit myself. It was contained.
Yeah.
It was tier 3.
That's a miracle.
We're getting gold trophy now. During a bout of stomach flu, I woke with the need to go to the toilet, and because stomach flu sends you can't really go very quickly, and you lose a little bit of a sense of your muscle strength. I fell over in the bathroom and shit the floor. So Stuart is...
His boyfriend is right there.
I lived with Stuart at the time.
Did you know this had happened?
No.
Yeah. Oh yes. Then during the same event, I walked to the shop really slowly. It was the same stomach flu event. I walked to the shop very slowly because you can't walk very quickly when you've got that. I bought a Magnum and then walked back with it, and then just knowing that I couldn't get home in time, just shit myself eating a Magnum.
Like a king.
Let someone else will sort this out. I'm fine.
You're fucking disgusting. But I love you.
But it was with that kind of hierarchy of shitting yourself in mind that I emailed the people who support our podcast. We've got a Patreon, people can give like $1 an episode to do it, and they need something back for that. And I gave them the opportunity to tell me their stories of shitting themselves.
Did anyone here send in a shit story?
No.
No.
Oh.
Oh, she did!
Hush your mouth, Claire. I'd like to say an honorary mention to Harry R., whose story was too long, but he did contain the sentence, hidden by a golden wattle tree, I unclasped my button fly, hooked my thumbs into the waistband, and revealed all in one swift motion.
Well done, that's good.
I just love the idea of someone shitting in such a romantic situation of in the shade of a golden wattle tree. I've never even heard of that.
That's something out of Downton Abbey. Someone on Downton Abbey shitting themselves.
Mr. Arsey. Oh, I am unbum. No, never mind. Carry on.
Talking to yourself there, mate.
Yeah, I know. I know. And Joseph, your story was lovely, but no one noticed. You went off, you shit yourself, and then you went back and joined your friends, and no one noticed. It was a good story, but I want humiliation. And
We all do, I think.
for that, we will go to Mr. Curry, who is a reader and a supporter.
Okay.
And I'll just read out his email. My friend Andy had recently moved with his wife Claire to Dundee, so me and another friend, Michael, went up to see them. I'd done one poo before I left, and I normally only need one poo per day. And that made me think of the phrase, "Ooh, I'm Juan Poop a day," which is that made me
Like
think,
one sheet. From
one
the
sheet.
bounty.
And then I thought, one sheet. My God, that actually sounds like shit. That was a diversion I went on that shouldn't really have remained in the podcast, but it's nice to think things to yourself. We started drinking and playing the PS2 quiz game Buzz. About 4 beers in, there was a lot of noise and banter, so I thought I'd sneak out a wee parp. I leant over and pushed in the normal fart fashion, but I didn't feel the usual vibrations. I assumed it was a simple misfire. But as I put my bum cheek back down, I felt an unusual and unmistakable wetness on my ass. Oh. I looked around, no one was looking, so I thought I'd go to the bathroom just to check. As I stood up, I felt that classic poo is about to come firing out of my ass, rumbling.
Classic.
And quickly directed myself towards the bathroom. I hastily removed my jeans and undergarments, and I heard a lot of commotion coming from the living room. As explosive diarrhea fired out of my ass, I heard the following. Ewan spill... Oh, God. I've just given his surname and now his first name.
Good.
We need to edit that out. He asked deliberately for that not to happen.
He knew what he was getting himself in for. Yeah. Sending emails to us.
Mr. Curry's spilt a drink on the new couch. They're a formal lot, these friends, aren't they? No, I don't think it's drink. It's quite brown. Bit judgmental. Some drinks are brown. Well, it's definitely wet. Oh, it fucking stinks. I was humiliated but laughing as feces continued to fly out of me at high velocity.
I like him.
I lost a pair of pants and jeans to this episode, but Andy and Claire couldn't bear to sit on the couch knowing I'd shat in it, so they got rid of it.
Oh.
This was 5 years ago, and I still can't fart with confidence. When in company, I go to the bathroom when I feel the need to fart, just in case.
But in his house, he does it anyway.
Oh, anyway. These are now known as my smelly rests.
That's lovely.
I know, that's good for me. That involved a life-changing shit-yourself moment. That's changed the way he has to behave.
Had a terrible impact on his life.
And a terrible impact on their sofa, which was cream-coloured.
That's fucking disgusting. How many people emailed in? Shit stories.
There's about 8 or so, but I've got about 5 to 3, so okay. Yeah. This one's from Miles. We were 8 years old and doing PE. David, the largest kid in the class by some considerable margin, had been begging the teacher to let him go to the toilet. But this being the 1980s, no one cared for anyone but themselves, and his request was denied.
That's
lovely, brilliant.
Yeah. Children demanding to go to the toilet and being refused is like...
That's mad.
It's like the start of a horror film when they go, oh, should we all just go play in the woods? It's like the harbinger of shitty things to come. Yeah.
Especially if it's a teacher saying, no, you said, can I go to the toilet? And technically you can. You have to say, may I please go to the toilet? Fuck you, teacher.
That teacher said that. He's definitely a prick.
He deserves all the shit in his class.
I'm going to shit myself with relish. With relish.
Look him in the eyes when you're doing that.
Mere minutes later, David, contrary to common sense, body mass, and the urgent need to shit himself, had climbed inexplicably to the top of the monkey bars, 15 feet from the ground.
Why would he do that? I don't know. He needed a shit. Why would he add danger to the situation? More danger.
Miles has outlined the reasons why it's stupid. It must have been deliberate.
He did it on purpose, yeah.
It was from this height that his poo finally broke free of the poor lad's chubby anus. It made swift escape from his gym shorts and plummeted not to the floor below, but onto the leg of Cheryl Squires. The look of disappointment on her face is something I will carry to my grave.
Disappointment, not anger. It's happened to her again.
She's just resigned herself to it now. The first time disgust, the fifth time it's disappointment. Now we're in our mid-30s, David probably thinks we've all forgotten this by now, but David, I will forget my own name before I let this beauty go. It is the most thrilling day of my life, and I've been bungee jumping. We've got some good readers. I like their writing.
Yeah, I don't like it when they're funnier than us.
I did edit them, so yeah, I put some of the jokes in.
Did you?
Yeah.
You really?
Well, I trimmed some words out. There's something.
Okay, yeah. You're good.
Shut up, editors are important, yeah? Where's another one? Sorry, I want to read this one just because it's by a man called Manus, which is, which you may notice.
Someone's leaving.
Someone's leaving.
Oh, he's gone.
May have just shat himself.
Yeah. With laughter. I have a little poof story for you as requested. I was doing my Masters in Guitar at the Royal Academy of Music and had a technical exam to do one afternoon. Unfortunately, my bowels were in a right old state, and I spent the whole day dashing to toilets, very carefully walking around, making no sudden movements. I managed to make it accident-free all the way up to 5 minutes before my exam, when I was crouching down, fastening up my guitar case, in what some might call a squatting position. It was at this point that a very lovely, but also very loud and excited Japanese friend of mine came up behind me and shouted, "Oh, hey!" No, don't do a voice, that's racist. I'll do it in my voice, shouting, "Oh, hey, Manus!" Clipping. Which naturally, instantly made my sphincter give way.
Naturally.
To a silent but horrific stream of the shit. I stayed in this squatting position for 3 minutes making polite conversation before I managed to shuffle off to the toilet, folded my pants up and with my head hanging in shame went off to my exam. It's, I'm doubtful about that. How can you shit your pants so much? I can do farts and people will notice.
Yeah.
Shit.
Actual poops.
Yeah, actual. How do you talk to a Japanese person for 3 minutes?
Well, how do you talk to any person?
Yeah, anyway. No, I think the nationality is important because I'm clearly racist. We'll do one more. I have got more, okay. But I think it's time after that we move on to maybe phase 3 of this experiment.
We're all going to shit ourselves together.
Yeah. So we all have a good shit story to tell.
Self-narrate. And this is from a Harry. My story occurred in student accommodation, and it happened after my visiting father took me out for a meal. Because he was paying, I decided to order a bowl of assorted seafood.
Feces.
Seafood.
Seafood.
Well, that was his first mistake.
Yeah. That stuff races through you. This is because your body doesn't have to make any chemical change to it. It just like processed, get it out.
That's foul.
The emphasis was on mussels. Mussels are known to cause the occasional bout of food poisoning, but in the lifelong love affair I've had with them, I've yet to suffer from any adverse effects. And I think, given the context that I'm telling you this in, that unbroken run is about
dramatic irony there.
That was foreshadowing. I awoke to find my mounds all a-quiver, and just about managed to rush into the bathroom before poo-pay erupted.
I don't know that.
No, I would have gone for Mount Fuji. Yeah. Sorry, Harry. I dropped my trousers, but I was in such a panicked rush that I neglected to remove my boxers, leading to a spew of tepid feces spattered across the inside. Removing them after the act served only to spread the brown sauce down my legs like so much creamy butter.
Oh, God.
That's fucking disgusting.
For the brief moment, I relaxed and allowed the sewage to spill forth into the bowl. But a moment later, I realised that this hydra had 2 heads.
Oh, Jesus.
No, he thinks he's too clever.
Yeah.
I like it.
Hydras tend to have 7 heads, so like... Yeah.
So that's fewer heads than you thought it was going to have.
If you knew it was a hydra in the first place, you should have been prepared for multiple heads.
Yeah.
Sorry,
really
Harry.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. It's important. It ruined the story for me, but I'll carry on anyway.
Sick of this.
Also,
Bile surged
thought
up
of
my
another
throat.
volcano pun.
Yeah.
Bum Krakatoa.
Yeah, nice.
That's why I've been quiet for 3 minutes.
Bile surged up my throat. I had to quickly remove my bottom from the defaced throne so that my face could take its place, and vomit cascaded down my chin into the bowl. The alternating pattern of arse to bog, then face to bog continued for several minutes, until apparently my body was happy that it expelled all traces of seafood. I took a moment to breathe. Sometimes universities have open days. On these days, the accommodation service can hold tours of student housing. My flat was one such location.
Oh.
And if I was too panicked to remember to remove my boxers, it's almost certain that I didn't remember to lock the door. A stranger in a grey suit, accompanied by a pleasant-looking family, opened the door to reveal a fat 20-something smeared in his own shit, panting next to a reeking toilet bowl. A pair of smeared boxers hanging on the towel rack located just inside the door, roughly level with their noses.
Why did he put them on the towel rack? Stick them in a bin.
He probably slung them over his shoulder and they just landed there, or adhered to the wall with their own rapidly drying shit.
Slung them like the fawns. Like, yeah, well, that's cool. Deal with that later.
They landed on a hat stand. It's fair to say that this is one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. Wit failed me. All I can think of to say was, it doesn't usually smell like shit. Now I have shared this soul-destroying moment with a man more than twice my age, as well as potentially an entire crowd of people, none of which I have ever met, in the hope that it will provide me with some semblance of catharsis. Well, thank you, Harry. I hope their laughter healed you a little.
Well done, Harry.
That's it, really. I mean, I've yet to find the platinum trophy, the tier 4 shit your pants. I just wondered if anyone in the audience had shit themselves in a way they'd like to share. Claire? Would you like to come up onto stage? Claire? And we do have what? We've got a fourth stool, so to speak.
Very good.
You're really proud of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
That's your Cronenberg 6064, that is.
Yeah. Oh, it turns out I can podcast when I'm sober.
Or if this is really embarrassing for you. This is what I'm sure it is really embarrassing for you, yeah.
It's fairly embarrassing.
Well, fair play for getting out.
Did you know this morning that you were going to be sitting on stage talking about shitting yourself?
I'd offered. I wasn't sure I was going to.
You're really going to do this. Well done.
Can we have a round of applause, please, for Claire?
All of those stories were made up, by the way, so...
Just to get one filthy confession so we can point at you and just deride you for the rest of the night. Claire.
Go on, Claire.
Tell us your story.
So this was when I was at university.
The microphone's already disappointed in you. You might have to
very
hold that
disappointed. So it was in my second year. I'm a bit fuzzy on the details.
Why did you get up then? Why did you offer to give us a story if you don't know the fucking story? We can't help you.
It's mostly starting it because I'm not sure where I was that night up to this point. I think it was like some uni night, and then I'd gone to some dodgy burger van directly outside after having not eaten all day. And then ended up at a friend's house with a few people playing Risk 2, I think. It was like some strategy game on PC. We were hot seating it.
Right.
Hot seat.
That seat's going to get harder and harder.
Don't say hot seat in it as if that's like a verb that you're really cool. Yeah, we whatever, you know.
Couldn't have a better name for it.
Okay, so.
Stop bullying people. It's PC gamer. It's a valid term if you're a PC gamer.
I'm not, so.
Carry on.
So, yeah, my stomach was just feeling progressively stranger as we were going on, but I was decimating my opposition.
You're not going to give up that.
I believe.
When you say stranger, was it behaving inscrutably? Was it kind of misbehaving, but not in a way that made you think, shit?
Yeah, it was crumbling. It was a bit uncomfortable, but I just thought I was quite drunk and it would probably go away.
What are the chances I'm going to shit myself here?
Exactly.
Your eyes fell on the word risk.
And, continuing to drink the £3 red wine isn't a good start.
You're your own worst enemy, Claire.
Well, I put that away fairly quickly because it's just like, if I don't drink anything more, it'll be fine. And just as the game finished, I just felt awful. Rushed to the bathroom.
Did you win the game?
I did. As far as I'm concerned, it was incredible strategy and not just throwing things at people and getting very lucky. I have no way of knowing.
It's probably because you looked like you were going to shit yourself.
Quick, give her the game. If we keep this game going any longer, we're all going to be up to our necks in it.
So yeah, ran into the bathroom to throw up, and then realised the other end was quite active simultaneously.
While your back was turned.
You sneaky arsehole.
Unfortunately, my legs decided to give out at the same time, so I couldn't change. I basically ended up huddled against the bath. With no trousers on, with my housemate sat beside me. She was just like with me. It was like 15 minutes or however long I was in there, whilst I shat and vomited on the floor. He was the one that I wasn't willing to tell the story if he was here, because I really don't want to remind him.
If he was here, then I'd have him up here to say, how was it for you? As you put one reassuring hand on this lovely girl's shoulder as she spewed both ends.
And yeah, that was about it. I was basically...
covered in shit, Claire, by the sounds of things.
I was left there long enough to recover, at which point the guy whose house I was in offered me a pair of clean trousers and a plastic bag to put mine in.
And said, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, that's my lasting memory is just being bundled out the door with him looking drunk and very sorrowful, getting a mop and bucket out.
Oh,
that was lovely, Claire. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Claire. I believe we've got someone else who might want to tell a story here. Have we? Hands up, who you are, or have you chickened out?
He's put his hand up.
Hey! Come up on the stage.
We've got 7 minutes. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, yes, I do want to share it, yes.
You were fuming about that.
Okay, is this close enough?
He knew I wanted a drink. Cool. Joey, you're a treacherous little shitbag.
So, my story...
What's your name, sorry?
Do I have to tell it? Rufus. My name's Rufus.
Oh, that's quite an uncommon name. So do you want us to bleep that out?
We're not going to, so... Go on.
Okay, so... Story was... Just as a prelude to this story, when I went to the podcast...
I was born in 19...
All right, Tolkien, get on with it, mate.
Basically, I'm going to say that Matt has already heard this story, so if it's shit, then you can blame Matt.
It should be shit.
Matt better.
So I was about 14, 15, and I was living in London, an area called Charlton. If you know Charlton, there's sort of an area where there's like a wooded area that's quite hilly, and I used to go for runs up there. And...
The runs.
Yeah.
I like that.
So... On one of these runs, I needed a shit quite badly. And here's where my story is maybe different from all the others, that most other people have told these stories that they've been inflicted with some sort of illness, or they've been drinking, or
which, to my mind, those excuses tend to make it a less good story, because if you're drunk and you're ill, then of course you're going to shit yourself.
Yeah.
Well,
but you're just lazy.
Mine was an actual choice, and I just decided to just shit into my underwear.
Who the fuck do you think you are, Paula Radcliffe?
I was like, how long was the run? Because if it was 26 miles, maybe you need to do a shit. If it was like a 100-metre sprint.
To an ice cream van.
Oh, God. So I literally just decided, and these were just like sort of like cheap sort of white Y-front sort of underwear, and I decided, do I really just want to keep... I just sacrificed them, shat into them, took them off, and then just hung them on a branch. And
someone else to find.
Someone else will deal with that, probably. I don't know.
Oh, the squirrels would love that.
They're probably, yeah.
And to this day, I don't know. I haven't told anyone this story apart from Matt last night, so this is like the first time anyone's known about this. So, yeah, apart from the person who probably found my shit, I don't know. It may still be there.
What person would find them and do something about it?
You've sort of forced their hand.
I'm very civic-minded, but I'm not climbing a tree to get my hands shitty. Is it still there? Have you been there recently?
No, I haven't been there for ages.
You're never going to go back.
It'd be like Clockwork Orange when he goes back to start shaking.
And that's it. The policemen say they always return to the scene of the crime. They're waiting for you there.
And that's it. It's a very short story. But
That's lovely,
very much
Rufus.
indeed,
Thank you very
Rufus.
much.
Thank you.
Cheers. That's it, yeah.
That's it. It's all lovely stories. We're still in search of that tier 4 platinum shit story.
So if you've got one,
Maybe
find
it will
one.
happen to you.
Yeah. Tonight. You've all been spiked with laxatives. Bring me a story.
You have about 20 minutes.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
my
that's
feature.
it.
That's good.
I
And
thought that was
that's the podcast done now. Is it?
Yeah.
How long was that?
We've got about 4 minutes. So the people who didn't know what we were before, do you reckon you'll listen to another episode? Oh, that was awkward. yeah, definitely. Oh, I can't wait, yeah.
Perhaps we should just end it then.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Resounding failure. Let's stop this.
Well,
Thank you very much for coming. Cheers.
All right. Hey.